Okay, get ready with me. Let's talk about some movies. I am super duper tired. I got such little sleep. I don't know what's been my issue, but like in the summertime, my sleep schedule just goes insane. Like I just stay up so late, and Max is in school right now and he's staying up super late, like doing so much homework. So we both are a mess. But I have to take my mom to the airport, so I'm getting ready to go to the airport. Let's hope I can get ready fast. I I don't know how to get ready fast. I'm learning about myself. I just take too many steps. So whatever. Anyways, let's talk about movies. I watch movies. I'm a Christian and I still watch secular movies. And, we have to have a lot of discernment in this area because I think it all comes down to the heart posture. When it comes to like freedom in Jesus Christ, having that freedom to know that even if you touch an unclean thing, it doesn't make you unclean. And this is what the Apostle Paul was talking about when the Jews were arguing about whether or not they should eat pork. And this was such a big argument that God had to give Paul a vision that the pork, not eating the pork, it represents, before Jesus, the pork, it was a symbol. It was a symbol that represented how set apart God was from the rest of the world. And pork, pigs are always like, they'll eat anything. They'll eat a dead body, okay? Like pigs, they have no self-control. That's the spiritual symbol of pigs is the lack of self-control. So the reason why pork wasn't allowed to be eaten was because it was a symbol that God was giving the Jews that we cannot consume the spirit of no self-control, okay? But when you're in Jesus, when Jesus came, he destroyed the old law so that we don't need physical representations of spiritual principles to be holy. We need spiritual revelations to teach us what to do in the physical in order to be holy. So now we can freely eat bacon. Okay? It says that in the Bible. Like the Apostle Paul had to say in Galatians. Galatians 2. Well, I'll find the verse, whatever. This is kind of just a yap session, okay? It's not really a Bible teaching. So we can eat pork now that we're in Jesus Christ. And when I first gave my life to Christ, I'm not doing any of my makeup right now. When I first gave my life to Jesus Christ, there were a lot of things that I needed to separate myself from, a lot of unclean things, okay? K-pop, stopped listening to K-pop. It was an idol because it was an idol in my life. I had like an obsession with this TV show, 30 Rock. I stopped obsessively watching 30 Rock. I would watch it every single day. What do I do with my eyeshadow today? I feel like something light. I feel like this color all over the lid is going to be cute. Maybe like these two colors would be cute. And then, wow, this color is so shimmery though. Okay, let's do this color in the crease actually. Let's do that. So there were plenty of things that I gave up, that I knew were a source of temptation for me, that I knew like God had to give me time to get the old wine out of my, life so that I could receive the new wine of the Spirit, okay? So I actually stopped watching movies. I didn't go to Disneyland for a while because that was another idol in my life. I threw away all my Disney idols. I had collectibles and, I had other Harry Potter collectibles as well, like wands and things like that. And it wasn't just because, Disney's of the devil and, Harry Potter's of the devil. It was the fact that they were idols in my life. That's what made them demonic. It wasn't that, it's a story about witches. No, it's that I idolized those witches. I idolized that I got my identity from being a Harry Potter fan. I got my identity from being a K-pop fan. You see what I'm saying? It's a soul issue. It's a heart issue. And that's how things, take hold over your life. So, God put me through that season. But then I had the revelation of freedom that, the spirit of religion will sneak up on believers and literally make believers think that if they listen to a secular song, like some demon is going to come through the radio and destroy their lives. That's just not the truth, okay? Spirits will come into your life when there's open doors, and you just walking around at the gas station, and I don't know, WAP comes on over the stereo. That's not going to impart a demon to you, because you're not coming into agreement with it. You're getting gas. You see what I'm saying? Like, are we understanding? So I started to realize that that this was a sneaky way that the devil was going to come and try to make me religious and give me fear. Oh, why did I put this way? Of, certain things in the world. So I was like, okay, I'm going to consume some media. And my friend Mia really helped me with this, because I can't remember what show she was watching, but some show, I can't remember, but like she was like watching like a movie, and I thought to myself, like, I didn't really know that Christians could watch movies, but I guess I didn't really ask Jesus if I could watch a movie. And then I asked him, I genuinely asked him, I said, well, can I watch a movie now? Because I hadn't watched a movie in like a year and a half. He's like, yeah, watch a movie and talk to me while you're watching a movie, okay? And also, fun fact, okay? I went to college for film and digital media. And that was another reason why I stopped watching movies, because I wanted to pursue a career in film. I wanted to be a producer. I wanted to be a screenwriter. That's what I wanted to be. I didn't really want to be an on-screen actress. I kind of feel like sometimes people like want to get into acting so that they could be, or like they want to like write something so that they could be the center of attention or whatever, but that wasn't really my vibe. I wanted to be a documentarian. My desire was to make a documentary, so powerful that it changed the world. Like, I wanted to make a world-changing documentary. That was my desire. And when I gave my life to Jesus, I had to give up that desire, because we cannot change the world through our own strength. It's that humility. You need God to change the world. So I had to put off my worldly desires, my worldly dreams of pursuing film, and I just gave it up. So, fun fact about me, I went to school for film and digital media. I went to the 7th best film school in the nation. I went to UC Santa Cruz, and my concentration that I graduated with was in screenwriting, and that was my senior exit. And so I studied a lot of scripts and what makes a script work, what doesn't make a script work. And as I was reading the Bible, there were certain, thematic elements of the Bible that I had previously learned about in my screenwriting class. Like, here's an example. So when you're writing a script, your main character has to be either the underdog or really, really good at his job or her job. Those two. And that's it. That's it. No other. I need to get some water, you guys. No other in between. Okay? Has to be the underdog or has to be extremely good at their job. Why is this? This is how the mind of humans works. Okay? They can only understand a story or like a story if they see themselves in that story, or if they see the person they want to be in that story. These are the only scripts that succeed. Okay? So has to be an underdog or has to be very, very good at their job. And as I began to think about, the best scripts, you know what I'm saying? It was always an underdog, always very good at their job. Okay? Think The Matrix. You know, Neo, very, very good at his job. Very, very good at what he does. Very, very good at fighting. He's the best of the best, right? But he's also the underdog. Okay? He's just like some random guy. He just started, getting into this game. But and so, think about any movie. Any movie. Finding Nemo. Underdog. Why is the clownfish the underdog? Because the clownfish is like on the bottom of the clownfish is not the apex predator. He's like the bottom of the food chain. So that's what makes him the underdog. WALL-E. Okay? WALL-E. Underdog. He wasn't as advanced as Eva or whatever. He was rusty, clunky, bulky, and yet he helped save the human race. It's always the underdog, okay? It's always someone very, very good at their job. Think The Equalizer. Very good at his job. John Wick. Very good at his job. You have to be very good at your... So as I'm reading the Bible, I was realizing that Jesus was simultaneously the underdog while very good at his job. And I was like, now wait a second. This is exactly what I'm learning in screenwriting. This is exactly what I'm learning, the kind of story that it takes to get a person to sympathize, empathize, and love that story. So it's not that what I learned in screenwriting class was in the Bible. It's that the Bible was what I was learning in screenwriting class. It's that there are certain thematic elements of the Bible that are universal truths that you cannot change because the Bible is so perfect, okay? Jesus is the absolute underdog, all right? He's from the ghetto. He's from Nazareth, all right? No one expected him. Of all people, no one expected him. He didn't come with an army. He didn't come, fighting people, waging war. No, he just came. He was just talking. That's it, okay? And that's it. And that's an underdog. He was the underdog, and yet very good at his job, all right? Preaching since he was 12 years old. Preaching. Best at his job. Best at his job, all right? So, look, healing. Raised from the dead. He was delivering, casting out demons. Best at his job. He came with the W every single time, okay? I feel like I'm running out of time. I'm ranting, and I'm not doing any makeup. Oh. Okay, one more wing, hold on. Okay, that's even enough. Oh! I literally just messed it up. No, I just accidentally put a mark on there. Yo. I was ready to rock and roll. Anyways. I think I got a Q-tip over here. Nasty, dirty Q-tip. Okay, anyways, let me get some water. So, movies, okay? So, I'm realizing some of these themes about the Bible are there universal truths as to what makes a script a sensational script, right? In screenwriting, you also learn that you need the all hope is lost moment, okay? Every single good script, every single hit movie, by the way, how cute is this little cup? So stinking cute. Every single good script has an all hope is lost moment. Okay? This is the time when we think that the protagonist is done for. Let me think. Let me think of like a movie example. Avengers Endgame, when Thanos gets every single stone and he eliminates like half of the population or whatever. Okay? That's the all hope is lost moment. That's how that works. Let me think. Shrek. All hope is lost moment is when Fiona goes to marry the guy. What is it? Lord Farquaad? Or whatever. That's the all hope is lost moment. And that's how it works. You got your all hope is lost moments. And so I'm reading the Bible. All hope is lost moment in the Bible. Jesus gets crucified. And you really think, oh no, our protagonist is done for. But then he has a killer comeback. And killer comeback is he raises from the grave. And he's coming back. Okay? Another thing we learn in screenwriting class is that if you write an American movie, it has to have a happy ending. But a European movie can have a sad ending. And they said the ending of your script needs to match the culture of your audience. And Americans do not like sad endings, which I think is really funny. And basically they were saying, like, people don't really like sad endings, and you're not really going to get away with that in, if you're trying to pitch a movie or something like that. And I'm telling you, the Bible has a very, very happy ending. A perfect ending, okay? So, anyways, all of this is to say that, wow, this Vanessa Meyer Exploring Balm, this is the best product in the game. It will keep all of your makeup on. I don't use primer anymore. I just use this underneath all of my makeup. And it just makes everything just beautiful. Also, this Haus Labs concealer is very, very moisturizing. And if you need a moisturizing concealer, this is the one. And my skin is very dry today. I don't know what's going on. But I like to place my concealer kind of on the side of my nose bridge. It makes your nose look smaller when you do that. And then pull it up. Okay? So here and then high. Just like that. And my makeup is really starting to not match my face. So don't say nothing. Because it's like actually so bad. I actually love this eyeshadow. It's so natural looking. It's very, very natural looking. So Jesus starts to speak to me about all of this stuff, about how the Bible is literally the perfect story. Like everything I learned in screenwriting class, the Bible does perfectly. And I was like, oh, it's quite literally the perfect text. It's quite literally the perfect story. Every single perfect element. Another thing that the Bible has is symbols. Okay? It's symbols. You need symbols in your writing. You need symbols in your scripts, because like the symbols, they portray, the symbols speak to the spirit. Okay? And you guys have seen all these symbolism videos that I've done on this channel. Symbols, it is spirit. It's symbols portray the spiritual realm. That's why Satan puts so many symbols in like movies and music and all of that stuff. And so when I was reading the Bible, I was realizing how many symbols are in the Bible. Bread, oil, wind, eagles. Like eagles is the prophet. The wind is the Holy Spirit and the flow of the Spirit. Okay? You have bread. Jesus is the bread of life. The bread represents what you take into your spirit, man, what you consume. Okay? The word is the bread because we consume it and it becomes a part of us because it's in us now. Okay? Symbols, right? The olive tree, the Jewish family lineage that we're grafted into the tree. Oh, that's my mom. Hold on. Jeez, that means I have to be done with my makeup really soon. Hey, Milik. Hey, guys.
Restroom?
Yeah. Are we leaving right now?
Right this second.
Okay. Okay, so I have to leave. I think I'm to the airport. Oh my god, let me do this so fast. What? I know, my sink is so cool. I feel like my eyebrows aren't dark enough. Okay, I guess I'm not wearing foundation today. Okay, it's a no foundation day, but that's okay. Okay, let me just get the... So, symbols, okay? And that's when I was thinking about Harry Potter. Okay, the thing that's demonic about Harry Potter is that the witchcraft, like, there's no such thing as good witchcraft, okay? But the symbols are so anointed. J.K. Rowling had to have had read the Bible. Like, the evil guy being symbolized by the snake dude, that's literally the Bible. Like,
So cute.
Harry Potter coming back to life. Wait, am I driving your car?
Yeah.
Okay. Being, like, Harry Potter defeating death, being resurrected. That's Jesus. That's literally the story of Jesus. Thanks, Mommy.
Oh my gosh.
And the house looks really cute.
It's like antique-y, but not.
Right.
It's so cute.
It's a vibe. It's the vibe.
Do you want Grandma's brass eagles?
I like that eagle. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny and cute.
Auntie's Texas. It looks like this, but it's that one Filipino picture of the house on top of the rice stack.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so last sentiment. So it's like then, you know, when I started growing up in the spiritual realm and realizing the only reason that any movie is good is because it looks like the Bible.
I'm about to take this car,
Oh,
truck, I'm going to leave it at Ajani's house because I got to go pick up Junior and whatever, just so we have enough room.
Okay.
Do you think that we'll have enough room in my car? I don't know. And then he goes, no, I think that you take a little car. Just take all the stuff out of the trunk.
He is really trying to make sure nobody messes that Cadillac up.
So now I'm literally stuffed like a freaking sausage, and I'm going to make him a video. We're all going to go, thanks, Dad.
Okay, let me go ahead and get ready and let's go. I apologize. Okay.